Okay, so here's going to be the last hymn I read this morning. And, of course, nobody is watching all the hymns I read in the morning, but if you have been this morning, you've noticed that I've been very tired. It's been very hard. And I'm not going to do the rest of the reading I had planned for this morning. And it kind of makes me think about practicing and tiredness. There's kind of a fine line you have to walk with discipline. This morning I know that I'm basically making no progress by practicing this tired. If you're too tired, your brain just can't do it, and there's no point. You're actually going to cause more problems than you're going to solve for the most part. But at the same time, I found that a lot of people, probably more, the majority of people probably have more of a problem with not knowing. They're making excuses. They might make an excuse. I try not to make excuses, but I also try to be honest with myself. This is a thing that I see a lot of times in terms of the gym too. People talk about training really, really hard, and they tell people not to worry about overtraining, and that's mostly because people don't have the ability to gauge that very well for themselves. And so people will use that as an excuse. Oh, I don't want to overtrain, so I'm going to be super duper careful. And then they don't push themselves at all. And the same thing with practice. Like, you can be so cautious that you're not pushing yourself at all, or you're not being disciplined, or you're saying, oh, I didn't get a good night's sleep, or whatever it is. And so you end up not practicing at all. It takes a lot of self-awareness to know when you need to walk away because it's too much. And then when to practice because you're just being lazy. Also, if you're tired, there are things you could practice. I always kind of would say that your practice priority should probably be something like sight reading, or improv or playing by ear, things that are very mentally demanding that you have to really focus in on. Those are the things I prioritize early in my day. Then if you have pieces you're working on, you can work on those later. Some amount of those is already stored in your long-term memory because you've been working on them, and some of it's not, but it's not super hard to practice on those, and it might just be largely technical. And then the last thing would be just purely technical work, because purely technical work takes the least amount of attention. It's not that it doesn't take any, and you should be paying attention and looking for efficiency and stuff like that, but it's not as mentally taxing. So if you're a little tired and you're having a little trouble focusing on something, that might be a good option. Figure out what to practice. It's the same thing with, like I said, lifting weights. Sometimes you just need to take a day off and recover. Sometimes you just need to go a little lighter. And it's important to know when to do which of those things. So anyway, all that rambling aside, I'm going to read Crown Him with Many Crowns. So badly. I do know this tune. This is one that I would almost always opt to play on organ over piano just because it's a little more majestic there. I get to use some of those trumpet stops that are inappropriate most other times. trying to add those flourishes on the empty spots. It's kind of messing with my ability to read accurately. What keeps going on there? Alright, and we are going to call it on sight reading for the day. Found something else to work on.